Hey, thanks for checking out the video, and I hope you're having a nice day. Today we get to take a look at the TD05 from Wurkkos. And this is a very well-rounded and balanced EDC flashlight in my opinion. We'll go over why in this video. We'll talk about what's included with the light. We'll go over its operation, which is very simple and straightforward, thankfully. We'll go over the beam profile and the beam shots outside as well, and come back for some final thoughts on the first impression of this light. But yeah, this is the TD05, the younger brother to the TD04, at least in my mind. We got to take a look at the TD04 earlier on this channel, which is a size larger than this, uses that 21700 battery instead of the 18650 that the TD05 uses. But I liked everything about that light. Didn't have very little, if anything, negative to say about that product, especially coming in at the price point that it does. Wurkkos just seems to nail the value proposition in my opinion. This light's no different. But I'm probably getting ahead of myself. Let's talk about what's included with the flashlight first. Here is a look at the box the TD05 comes in. Really love the color scheme, black, orange, and white. You gotta love that. But yeah, here's the model information and LED type right here. That's the color temperature 5000K CCT. So not as cool white as possible, not like 6500K. It's got a little bit of warmth to it, but it's definitely not like the incandescent bulb that's super orange or super warm. So it's kind of balanced in that regard as well. Balance is a word that's going to come up a lot in this video, I feel like. The beam profile is balanced. The user interface is a nice balance between simple and complex as well. But yeah, this is not an official unboxing. I've gotten this light out and used it a bit before this. The light itself comes in this little bubble wrap sleeve, and then they do include a USB-A to USB-C charging cable as well. So nice length of a cable looks like. Here's a little reminder just to remove the tab that's insulating the battery while it's shipped. Got a lanyard and some spare O-rings in there. Looks like 2 spare O-rings and a lanyard as well if you'd like to use a lanyard. That lanyard can be... Okay, I always drop stuff in my videos. That's how you know I'm not AI, you guys. I'm a real human. But yeah, you got the lanyard attachment points up here toward the tail if you want to use the lanyard. But here's the look at the included manual as well. You can pause the screen and read any of this information should you want to. But you can see the waterproof rating there, IP68, impact resistance to 1.5 meters, and a little description of the product itself. But we'll go over the user interface in the next little clip here. But yeah, everything's included with the light that you need to run it and keep it going, keep it charged off. Would not be complete without showing you the battery that's included as well. Very important. Here's a look at the innards of the tail switch. Now, the switch, I'm gonna hold to the mic. It doesn't have that high-pitched ding sound to it when it's just actually on the light. But yeah, the threading is good, nice and squared and lubricated as well. That hair is probably from me or my dog. Didn't come like that. And yeah, you got a steel clip and it has very good retention. It's not gonna pop off the collar over here, which is great to see. It is a 2-way clip, so it can be attached from either direction as well. Little side note, this is probably just my preference, but I think a lot of people look for it based on comments too. So if you want to carry this in pocket, it carries pretty deeply, but there'd be a little bit ticking above pocket line. So Wurkkos in the future, if you can get that collar area where the clip attaches closer to the top here, that might be better. I'm speaking for myself mostly though. So take it or leave it. The texture of the body is nice. Once again, balanced. It's not super uber aggressive, but there's definitely grip there on the middle of the body as well. Here's a look at that switch, rubberized switch. And now this switch does give you your battery status. Look at that LED once again. There's an orange peel reflector in here. So yeah, tiny LEDs set pretty far back. That's what gets you the throw to get light out at a distance. And then the orange peel, crinkled or wrinkled reflector bounces light around, so you kind of get an even fuzzier hot spot and broader illumination from this as well. So very balanced in that regard as well. Crenulations exist, but they're not super uber aggressive and gonna slice open your pants, probably like some other lights could. So once again, balance, like I said before. Just look at that USB-C port and port cover. You can easily just rotate this out of the way when you want to charge it as well, which is cool. And then the switch will kind of blink red or pulse red while charging, and then is green when fully charged. So yeah, that's a look at what's included with the light. Cannot forget the battery though. Save the best for last. I'll just say that. I didn't almost just forget. No way. But yeah, here's the Wurkkos 18650 included cell. Nominal voltage of 3.7, 3000 milliamp hour capacity, branded by Wurkkos. So great to have a good battery included. User interface time. Stick with me, it's very straightforward with the TD05, thankfully. To turn it on, you're not going to use the side switch. That's not going to turn it on at all, no matter what you do, how many times you click it, how long you press it. It's going to be turned on with the tail switch only. And yeah, single press turns it on. And then from here, you can start using that side switch to cycle through modes. I did wanted to point out that we just saw there was that illuminated side switch. For a few seconds, it's going to give you your battery status. If it's green, like it is now, we know that we're 75% charged or more. If you see an orange LED, that means you're going to be under 75% charge, in between 75% charged up and 50. Under 50, you're going to get a red light, and under 20%, that LED is going to blink while the flashlight's on to let you know that you've got to top it off. Your battery's getting pretty low. So nice to have the battery status illumination on the side switch, in my opinion. But yeah, user interface, to turn it on, you're going to use the end cap switch or the tail switch, and to cycle mode, you're going to use the side switch. We're on its eco mode right now, 10 lumens. And yeah, another press of this is going to bring us into low, medium, high, and then back down to low. So those are your main modes, and the TD05 does have mode memory. So if you're on a level of output and you're using it and you go to turn it off, set it down for a few seconds or whatever, it's going to memorize that last output setting. When you turn it back on, you're right back to where you left off. So cool to have mode memory. Turbo is going to be accessed by double clicking the switch. Pretty standard with modern flashlights. So that's going to get you that max output 1800 lumens from an 18650 size light. Very, very good output. Yeah, so that's how you get the turbo. Single pressing again will get you back to the last mode that was just accessed. So in our case, I think it was either medium or high. And then triple clicking this side switch will access strobe mode. But yeah, it is a variable rated strobe. So what you're seeing is different cadences of the strobe. So that's a triple click. If you triple click again, you're going to get into an SOS function. So that is available should you want that as well. And then single pressing just gets you back into the main cycle of modes. But yeah, that's generally all there is to the operation of this flashlight. One of the main reasons why I like it personally. It's got enough modes and they're well spaced out. It doesn't have too much extra. And I really like that personally. But yeah, that's about it for the user interface. Let's get this thing outside, but first we'll check out the beam profile. Just a few feet away from a blank wall to check out the beam profile of the TD05, which looks like this. So we are close to this wall, but you can see a lot of light goes out at a pretty wide angle, but the majority of light is concentrated in that tight hot spot there. Let's check out what it looks like practically outside. All right, starting with its lowest output setting, this is the TD05's Eco mode. Nice low level of output here, 10 lumens, and this can run for 100 hours according to Wurkkos. Now, this light doesn't have a moonlight mode, but this is a really nice low level of output here. This is the official low mode, and this is 50 lumens. This can run for 35 hours and has 71 meters of throw. From here, we jump up to a 300 lumen medium mode, which is what we're looking at now. This has 5 hours of runtime and 168 meters of throw. And the beam profile really starting to be visible on this output, at least on screen. Here is high mode. This is 800 lumens. This has a runtime of 2.3 hours and 253 meters of throw. But let's jump it onto its highest output setting, which is turbo. This is its max output of 1800 lumens. This has over 34,000 candela, 373 meters of throw, and has a runtime of 1.8 hours. Now the flashlight does have temperature regulation, so it will tailor its output to keep the heat management under control, which is also nice to have on a modern flashlight. Final thoughts on the first impressions of the TD05 from my point of view. Now, I've been giving you my commentary bit by bit through this video, so I think you probably know by now that I think this is a great flashlight. It's very well rounded. It doesn't go too far in any extreme, and I think for that reason it can stretch into a variety of roles. And it is in the 18-650 size, so pretty carryable. On the larger size of a carry flashlight in my opinion, but a lot of people do it. So if you saw the TD04 video and you're thinking, man, that's a great light, but man, I wish it was a little smaller, this exists. So set up generally in the same way, same very nice, friendly user interface, and you get a lot of nice features on quality with this light. So yeah, I'm glad this is on the market. And speaking of the market, it sells on Amazon right now at the time of recording. This is in US for $45.99. Now there is a 30% coupon that you can click to bring the price down from there. And assuming you get free shipping, I have it in my cart right now for $34.85 out the door. So that's what it goes for right now, which is a good value in my opinion for an 18-650 flashlight, especially one setup like this one is that includes what it does. So yeah, that's kind of my thoughts on this flashlight. Now, no product is perfect, and I try to critique things on my channel, trying to find little ways that it can be improved if possible. And so I'm going to get very nitpicky. So don't read too much into this. It's just, I do this just so the flashlights can hopefully get even better in the future. But three minor things I'd change about this light. The first is going to be that clip. I mentioned it before. If possible, to raise it up just a little further to get it to carry a little bit more deeply, that could be cool. Now, a lot of people disagree because they like to have, light sticking above pocket line to help get it out of pocket quicker. So that's all personal preference. So take it or leave it. The second thing I'd change is just this switch, or this port cover is very good. It swivels out of the way really well. I like that aspect of it. The one thing I'd change though is, if possible, making this cover, this outer part, plastic. I've seen it on one other flashlight. And I really like that because, it makes it rigid and easy to push back in, but also with a rubberized side switch, because the texture is similar, in the dark you can sort of kind of get it mixed up. Really not a big deal, but that's just another minor nitpicky detail, like I said. And then the final thing, the third and final little nitpick I have is this light can almost tail stand. It is almost capable of that on these little fins here. But the switch sticks out just farther enough that it will not tail stand, even if the switch is depressed. So it is so close to being able to do that. So I think if possible, just enabling that could be a benefit as well. But in general, value proposition extremely high from Wurkkos as usual. Quality light, like how it's set up, very balanced. That's the last time I'll use that word in this video. But in any case, let me know your thoughts on the TD05 in the comments below. If you have any questions about it that I didn't cover, please put them there as well. I try to get to those quickly. But I always appreciate you watching, and I hope you have a good rest of your day. God bless you, and I hope to see you in the next video as well. Take care. Bye.